Picture a boardroom in Silicon Valley 2004. Fred Kofman watches as a floundering tech startup struggles not because of bad product or funding, but because its people don't trust each other. What if success isn't just strategy or money, but something deeper, a conscious way of being at work? That's the open loop Kofman unravels, how values and presence build organizations that don't just perform, but thrive sustainably. Responsibility sounds heavy, but Kofman flips the script. What if you're not a passive actor, but the hero of your business story? Here's how unconditional responsibility rewires your role at work and life. Remember Paul O'Neill at Alcoa in the late 90s? Before he morphed the company's culture, worker safety wasn't anyone's primary focus. O'Neill took absolute responsibility not just for profits but for every injury. That fierce accountability sent ripples, safety soared, and profits followed. Kofman uses this story to show how stepping fully into your role transforms outcomes radically. Kofman likens unconditional responsibility to having an internal operating system that never crashes. It's not blame or guilt, it's recognizing that your actions shape your reality. Like a musician tuning their instrument before a concert, owning your role means you're in harmony with the work, your colleagues, and yourself. The real kicker, when you claim responsibility unconditionally, you discover freedom, because you're no longer shackled by excuses or the need to control others. Instead, you empower yourself to act authentically, creating momentum that surprises even you. In Kofman's terms, responsibility isn't restraint, it's liberation. Communication is a battlefield, but what if it's also sacred? Kofman dives into authentic communication, not just talking, but uncovering raw, unfiltered truth beneath the surface. In Kofman's recount of his time consulting for Intel, he witnessed teams stuck in endless politeness traps. Instead of avoiding conflict, they embraced radical honesty, sharing fears, frustrations, even disagreements without masks. This breakthrough melted walls, accelerating innovation and trust. It's a vivid example: raw truth, handled right, powers progress. He compares authentic communication to mastering a musical instrument. It's not enough to play notes, you must listen deeply to the orchestra around you. Active listening means catching what's unsaid, reading the mood, and reflecting understanding back. It's a muscle you strengthen daily, not a switch you flip. The surprising payoff: when you speak and truly hear truth, you build a culture where creativity flourishes and teams solve problems before they explode. Instead of fractured voices yelling over each other, you get a symphony where every player knows their part matters. Forget the usual boss cliches. Kofman argues that leadership's true power isn't in tasks but presence. Who you are shapes what you can inspire. This flips leadership from what to do to who to be. One sharp example Kofman shares is a CEO at a multinational who transformed his company simply by embodying humility. He stopped micromanaging and started listening, admitting mistakes openly. The effect was electric. Employees felt seen, respected, and the profits didn't just grow, they tripled. It proved that being a leader of substance outperforms being a boss of drills. He describes presence like a magnetic field, unseen but palpable. When a leader operates from clarity, calm, and integrity, it pulls people together naturally. It's not about barking orders but radiating authenticity, creating trust without a word. The twist: leadership isn't a role handed down or earned by title. It's an ongoing inward journey. When leaders commit to their own transformation, they unlock collective greatness. That shift from doing things right to being right fuels sustainable success. Back in that Silicon Valley room, the missing ingredient wasn't in the spreadsheet, it was in the hearts and minds of those people. Fred Kofman shows us how conscious business flips uncertainty into clarity by owning responsibility, speaking truth, and leading with presence. Try this tomorrow before any meeting: silently claim full ownership of your role. Notice how that simple shift changes the game. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.